Welcome back. So, today we are going to make some cheddar broccoli soup. I can pretty safely say that I've never made it before. I have seen other people make it. And so last night I watched about like 5 videos or something, or went on Pinterest and stuff and see how other people made it. So I got like a general idea of what you do, and then I was like, how else could I make it to where, what flavors would I like? So that's what we're gonna make today. So you might hear some chirping in the background. That's my chickies. They're ready for some kind of a snack or something. Which I'll get them here in just a bit. So what I thought sounded good. I have some cast iron pan here that I'm heating up a little bit to clean it before I add my bacon. What sounded good to me would be like, you take some bacon and some onions and like just some seasoning and some mustard and stuff, and you kind of brown it in pan, and then you make your roux and you add your broccoli. That's what sounded good to me. It'd be like just kind of a smoky bacon, because you've already kind of got that cheese, you know what I mean? And cheese and broccoli were meant to be, I feel like. The cheese I'm going to use, it's just from Walmart, but it is a extra sharp cheddar. So you could use plain cheddar if that's what you have. You could even use white cheddar. But there's also this other recipe that I make. I don't want to forget this. There's this other recipe that I make. It's called a beer cheese soup. I don't like lagers, and things like ale type based beer. And so I add just a little water to this in a second. I lost my train of thought. Ales. I'm not a big fan of those. But in a soup, I mean, it just tasted really good. And it just had this kind of funky kind of taste to it, but it was really, really yummy. So I'm just going to get this cleaned out, and then I'll check back in with you. What's really cool about this dish is that I have 2 bags of homemade chicken broth that's going to go into it, which is going to be really yummy. From a package, I'm sure is fine too, but I'm pretty excited about that. It's gonna be good. So I'm not sure where my kitchen scissors went. So I'm just gonna pull these out of here, and I've got some bleach water on the standby. I'm just gonna give it a rough little chop into 4ths here. Hi, buddy. Oh, you smell the bacon. Don't worry, I'll share. Who doesn't love bacon? Well, some people might not. So I have my bacon going here. I'll share some with my dog. I'm going to add some pepper. I will add more seasonings as I need them, but I need to get my apron. Hang on. That's good. Okay. So I have some chickies. So I'm going to save them some of these leaves and these stems. Basically, my goal is to make these into pretty much bite-sized pieces. I have an immersion blender, or you know, if you had a just a regular blender, you can go in and, you know, make it all one mixture, you know. But my goal here is to make it kind of more of like a chunkier soup. And so I'm going to make these bite size, and then if I want to at the end, I can take my immersion blender and just blend it up a little bit. What's cool is my husband and I have a compost bin that's outside. So I share with the chickies, and anything they don't like or they don't eat or whatever, or if it's like something spicy. So I guess chickens know what they can and can't have, they just won't eat it. But still, like they're still technically baby chicks, and so I don't give them like jalapeno and onion and stuff. Anyway, so our yard debris bin is filling up fairly nicely, which means in the spring we will have wonderful, organic, amazing dirt for the garden beds that I want to have. You know, I'm not going to be able to grow everything. We live in Montana, and so it's not going to be everything I want to grow, but I really want to take a really good try at it. So I'm really excited about that. My dog is making sure I don't drop anything over there. The recipe didn't necessarily call for celery, but you do, I did see some where you did like leeks and things like that, which I don't have. But celery and leeks are very similar. And so I'm going to just kind of rough chop just to add the flavor in there, really, is what it's for. So, and to me, mustard, celery, I'm not using sausage, but it all goes really well. And so, come along on this adventure with me of taking 5 different recipes of cheddar broccoli soup and making it my own. Alright, bacon is looking good. Yard debris container. Look at that. It actually smells really good right now because a friend of mine made some tea. And the loose leaf tea is on top. It actually smells really good. If you've never done a compost bin before, I mean, even on Amazon, they sell like, you know, things that you can buy and fill and keep outside if you don't want to have like a box or like a crate situation. Okay, I'm going to heat up my chicken broth. It's super close to being done. Super close. I think I'm going to use both bags, or like a bag and a half anyway. Yep, all right there. A little bit left that I will finish sawing out, and I will put a little bit in my dog's bowl. Okay, we have the bacon almost done, And we have our chicken broth warming up. Alright, we're going to put some onion into this bacon grease because I'm not going to strain it. So I'm going to use it for my roux instead of butter. I'll just use this. So I'm going to cook these down just a little bit. My chicken broth is still heating up. I took out some because really I only need about 2 cups worth. So I might even take out a little bit more. Also, another ingredient I have is some shredded carrots. I made carrot cake, I don't know, a month ago-ish, and I have leftover carrots, so I froze it. So that I will add to the whole thing. I'm going to just cook this down. I'm going to give this like 1 minute, and then I'm going to add my celery to cook that down. And we will see you in a minute. Alright, let's add some seasonings to my celery and onion here. Once this is all cooked down, if I have to add any more fat, then I will do that. Cumin and some parsley. Rosemary. You don't want too much salt because I have the bacon, so I'm just going to do a little bit of this, this stuff I have here. It's from Walmart, Pioneer Woman. It has paprika. Basically, it has all the ingredients that are in chili powder, pretty much. Then I'm going to add my broccoli, my carrots, that chicken broth. Keep cooking this down. And grab my crock pot. My sweetheart and I have a chiropractor appointment, so I'm going to cook this all up, and I'm going to keep it like on a low in my crock pot. Okay, everything is smelling really good. The veggies, I'll show those in just a second here. The veggies are nice and cooked down and softened, and they have some good color. So I'm going to add that to my pot. Lots of flavor. Yum, yum, yum. So roux is basically, so like you make like mac and cheese or like a white sauce, you make a roux, which is basically a fat, and a flour, and a cream. And, some seasonings too, but that's the basics right there. So my fat is this bacon. I might add just a little bit of butter. Okay. There's my pat of butter. So in all, I probably have about half a cup's worth of oil and butter, or like half a stick of butter. So we are going to season this just a little bit. We've got some pepper. Okay. I'm going to try to not do any salt because really it shouldn't need it. If it does, maybe only a little bit. Let's look for my cumin. So cumin and garam masala and cinnamon is what goes in curry. And I love that kind of spice in everything that I can do with that. Any kind of soup, stew that I can do with those flavors. It's really good. And we're going to do some onion powder. Might need some new onion powder. Little pinch of chili flake. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Pinch. Like that. And I need more onion powder, so I've got like these onion granules. That'll work. And oregano. I put oregano in everything pretty much. So good. And my garlic powder. And we're also going to do some fresh garlic. I guess the fresh garlic would be straight from the plant, or the pod, whatever. But this is just what's in here. Alright, and a healthy squeeze of mustard. Probably did about a tablespoon of that. Okay, now we're going to marry all of this together. I used my other whisk earlier, so I'm just going to be gentle with that. Let me go find that other whisk. Hang on. Nice and bubbly. I want to show you this color real quick. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to carefully, because I don't want to knock anything down, grab my flour. Have that ready to go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to cook this for just a moment and let all of the heat kind of wake up the spices. When you have spices that are dried like that, you can crush them, you can heat them up, and that just wakes them right up. The one thing I forgot to add was some cinnamon. Just a little bit. Cinnamon or a little bit of allspice. It's going to be really good. I don't know if you can see it in the camera here. I know I've opened this a few times. I have a lot of spices. I'm going to add some basil. And to me, I love spices. I just like using and incorporating and playing with different things with my food here. Some of that. However you say it. Do a couple tablespoons. And this Cabernet Sauvignon, I want to say it was like $10 at Walmart. Just like maybe half of it. And I've been adding it to all of these stews and stuff I've been making. So in Montana right now, it's snowing. There's snow on the ground. There's supposed to be a snowstorm tomorrow. So I've been making a lot of stews. Alright, this is going well, so I'm going to lower the heat just a little bit, almost to a low. Okay, what I'm going to do, this is going to go kind of fast. So I'm going to add my flour. I'm going to probably do a couple spoonfuls. Whisk it around, and when it's all absorbed all the liquid that's in here right now, I'm going to re-add the liquid. Okay, so I'm going to move everything out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, give that one more mix. Okay. Let's do 1 spoonful, 2, and about 3. Alright, let's see what this looks like. This will come together really quickly. See that? Alrighty, tightened up. Now you're going to add your liquid. I'm going to start with some heavy whipping cream. Half a cup of that. And I'm going to do about 1 cup of milk. Stir this around gently. Turn up your heat a little bit more. I've got it between a 3 and a 4. Okay. Just making sure I'm still recording. Alright, I'm just going to mix all of this until it becomes thickened. Now, if I had somehow added more liquid, no big deal. At this point, if I added any flour, it would be clumpy. So you'd want to take your flour and put it in a bowl and add some water until it's liquid and then add it to this. Or cornstarch. Cornstarch is fine too. So I'm just going to mix this around until it's thickened, and then we are going to add it to our blue pot. Alright, and this is what we are left with. See that? I'm going to let it go just for a moment here more, but this is basically done. And then I'm going to add it to my pot, and then I'm going to add it to my crock pot so it can stay warm. I'm going to throw in my bacon, and I'm going to add my 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese at the very end. If I were to put it in now, it would all be really gloopy and the cheese would be chewy. And that's not very pleasant. This is perfect. Okay. That burner off. Alright, I'm going to carefully add my broccoli, my carrots, my onions, my celery, my chicken broth all into here. Very carefully. Those carrots gave it a very red tinge to it. It's very interesting. Alright, oh, perfect. You can see it. Okay. Alright, now my sauce. Right into here. Have to get a spatula or something and do that last little bit there. Look at that. That looks really pretty. Okay, what I'm going to do is I am actually going to scrape out the last bit of this. And I'm going to stir this around for just a couple minutes and see how it thickens. And if I need to, I will add extra flour. The soup looks beautiful. It smells amazing. But I'm just going to make sure it doesn't need anything. Okay. I think it needs a little bit more salt. And maybe a little bit more pepper. I'm not going to add salt yet, because I'm going to add this bacon. But other than that, it tastes great. Okay, I'm going to add some more of this. Just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to show you, because I am going to make this a little bit thicker. Have some heavy whipping cream and some flour. And you're just going to stir this around till all of the clumps are gone. Water would have been easier for me because then you can see if it's clumpy or not. Yeah, next time just use water, because it's hard to tell. But good enough. Okay, put it in. Stir it around. Okay. Give this a taste. Perfect. Use more salt, but I don't want to put too much because that bacon will kick in. So let's add a little bit more of this. My sea salt. Do a little bit of that. Just a little bit. Okay. We're going to let this sit and hang out for probably about an hour while I'm at my appointment. We're going to put this on warm. Excuse me. We're going to put this on high because the broccoli is not cooked yet all the way. And we're going to let this sit and hang out. And then we will put the cheese in at the last little bit. And I will show you the finished product. If you were making this recipe on your stovetop and you kind of kept it on a simmer for a while, like between a simmer and a boil, and then you let it cool, that would really help thicken it up too, and then using your immersion blender. But of course I'm doing it partially in the crock pot, so it might need a little bit of more time thickening up, just so you know. I made curry. kind of an accident. I didn't really mean to make more of a curry, but I think between the garam masala, the cumin, and I did a little bit light on the heavy whipping cream in the milk, and then the carrots were really fine. It made it this color, and it definitely tastes more like a curry. I'm going to add more cornstarch and I'm still going to top it with cheese, but I'm going to make some rice to go with it. It's delicious. I love it, but it's definitely closer to a curry than a cheddar broccoli soup. So, hey, if what you wanted was specifically cheddar broccoli soup, Google it. This is still really good, though. I would definitely say if you were into this recipe, this is still really yummy, but this is how it turned out. I mean, the thing is, I don't really follow recipes. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. This time I didn't. I just kind of winged it. So really, it's kind of a cheddar broccoli soup curry. It's delicious. So, thanks for joining me.